Lakeview Village is a hidden treasure.
Most of the residents are in independent living, and so they're really a physically active community.
And I don't have a big support system except for my financial advisor. And she said, Penny, I don't care where you go. I just want you to go to a life care program.
And the thing about Lakeview is if you qualify financially and especially medically, they will take care of you for the rest of your life. We did this for ourselves, but we did it for our children.
I've been at Lakeview Village 5 years. We came to Lakeview Village when we were 70. I like that it's a place where we can stay and be cared for.
Our board makes decisions based on the people at Lakeview. And unlike other communities that may have a board of directors in Chicago or New York or somewhere, our board knows our residents.
I thought it was a little early for us to come here. But after about 6 months, I realized, no, you need to come to Lakeview as quick as you can because there's so much stuff to do here. There's more things to do here than you got time to do it.
There are a lot of activity clubs and organizations, art, music, writing, poetry and prose, card playing clubs, exercise groups.
And they encourage people to have pets because it keeps you more active.
And people are extremely friendly.
The people are so awesome. The people that you meet and the different backgrounds that they have are really, really interesting.
Several years ago, a few of us who were interested gathered together to talk about creating Lakeview Village University, taught by our residents. And we have had for the last 3 or 4 years absolutely wonderful semesters that are as varied as very sophisticated medical ethics to financial aid things by people who know what they're talking about, to a woman who has featured just come bring your favorite music and we will each talk about what's our favorite music and many, many more, you know. But this is kind of special when it's really taught by people who've lived their lives in that field doing some things. And then right now I'm actually co-teaching something on race, and the people in it are wonderful, and it's good to talk openly about our feelings, so yeah.
So there's something for everybody. You can do as much as you want, or, you know, nothing if you don't want to do something. I mean, there are people that go from one class to another class to another class because there's so much going on there.
There were all kinds of housing options, from single-family homes to high-rise apartments, and when I toured this building, the North Point building, I was shown an apartment on the 5th floor facing the lake that's behind me, and that did it. That was the end of the decision in that respect.
The tower had my living, and it had my studio, it had the restaurant, you know, it had the workout space.
I don't want to take care of a house anymore. I don't want to mow the yard. I don't want to have it painted. I don't want to replace a water heater. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Lakeview launders are linen. No bed sheet, bedspread, towels to wash. The guys are out plowing the road first thing in the morning.
But it's like a small town, really. We have a doctor, we have a bookstore, we have a bank, we have restaurants.
I like the whole campus. I like the walking areas that we have and the security that's here on Lakeview.
And then it is like a village. It truly is like a village.
I always, when I walk around, it's like it has that small town feel to it. You know, like my hometown where I was born. And I love that feeling.
And I would encourage anybody that's even contemplating it, come to Lakeview. We are not your mother's retirement home.
Well, hello to all of you, and welcome to this virtual event from Lakeview Village in Lenexa. We are thrilled to have you with us today. We are talking about contracts and communities because there definitely is confusion at times when it comes to contracts when you're considering a senior living or retirement community. So we're going to help you with that today. My name is Melissa Smith. I am your facilitator, but I'm really super glad that I have people in the room with me who are much smarter than I am when it comes to all this contract stuff. So we know you've got questions. We're going to give you those answers today. And we're going to do it with Heath Luke. Heath is the CFO at Lakeview Village. Hi, Heath.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. We're glad you're here because I know you're looking at contracts all the time with folks. And we also have with us Lynn Tenbrink, who is the marketing and sales director at Lakeview Village. And I know you're looking at these all the time too, because folks are coming to both of you who are looking at Lakeview Village in particular. But I think it's important today that we also state that while of course you're with Lakeview Village, as we have said before, we want people to be educated, right? We want them to understand what it is that they're looking at. Why are you guys so nice about that? Why are you so passionate about having an educated consumer?
I mean, really, that is my goal, to educate the seniors, because I want them to know what they're buying, right? There's a lot of different decisions, a lot of different variables. And at the end of the day, it's that education that can afford them the right to make the right decision. Because really that's what it's all about, making the right decision for them and what their plan may be and how they want to end retirement. So that's the real big goal for me, is just making sure that we got those educated consumers. They know what they're buying and they can feel confident that what they've contractually obligated themselves to, is what, they're expecting to get out is exactly what they knew going in.
And I know, Lynn, you are a stickler for details. If anything, I've learned that about you. And I think that's partly why you too are very adamant about people understanding all the little intricacies of a contract.
Yes, and I think when people first start this process, they don't understand how much is out there. There's so many communities, everybody does things a little bit differently. So you really do have to do your research, and it can get very overwhelming. So we want to educate everyone, we want to give a broad education, and then as you narrow down what's best for you, then we're there locally at the community then to help you get into the weeds of each community. But we need to do a broad overview so you even know where to start, what's going to be the right path for you.
Nice. Okay. I kind of wanted to say that up front because I feel like it was really important for folks to understand that you are really genuine in your efforts to try to educate folks here today. Okay, we're going to get to your introduction in a second, Heath, but first I want to remind folks how to ask a question. It's kind of important to be able to do that. On the screen that you are looking at right this minute, right below us, is a form, and you just scroll down there, you put in your name, you put in your question, make sure you hit submit so it gets to us, and then we will get to that question. If this is a little bit of a lengthier presentation today, if we don't get to your question, then rest assured that somebody from Lakeview Village will reach out to you. If we answer your question, but it's not completely to everything you were wanting to know, feel free to reach out to Lakeview Village because they are happy to take a phone call from you and to answer those questions as well. So wanted to get that out there before we begin. So a little bit about Heath Luke, if I can right now, besides Heath being a great guy I've gotten to know over the last year, which has been nice. Heath is the Chief Financial Officer there at Lakeview Village. He has 10 years of direct experience in senior housing. Plus, he has 10 years of experience as a CPA for a large regional firm that focused on audits of healthcare and senior living organizations. See how perfect that is?
So things we're going to cover today, we're going to just do a high overview of the types of senior housing available. We're going to define what a life plan community is. We're going to really get into the contract types because that's really where the nuts and bolts of how all this may work and what you're contractually obligated for and what the organization may be contractually obligated for. The different fee structures of our contract types, some certain financial considerations, and then just an overview of how that access to health services or that care planning may play into your decision and the different contract types. So let's go right into the types of senior living housing. We have independent living. This is usually referred to as IL. These are going to be your freestanding homes or apartments, 55 and older communities. Then you're going to have your IL communities that have some healthcare services available. These are usually your typical apartment type communities with some assisted living or some skilled nursing available to you on site. Then you have your independent living with full care services available. These just run the gamut. You got apartments, cottages, homes. It really just depends on how the community is offering those healthcare services. But all the services under that kind of model is all the level of care usually offered on one campus. And then your care services only, your assisted living, your nursing care, your skilled nursing, your standalones. These may just exist on any street corner, but those are your care services only type of senior living options. So let's define a few things. Life Plan Community, formerly known as Continuing Care Retirement Community, or CCRC. So as you're exploring out there in the market, you may hear Life Plan Community, CCRC. They're usually referred to as one and the same. And really the definition is, they contractually provide long-term residential and healthcare services combined with a continuum of care typically available on-site with a priority or guaranteed basis. So these life plan communities are these all-in-one communities that basically have the full care of continuum from independent living to skilled nursing hospice. So life plan communities really offer a product normally referred to as life care. So this may be confusing. You hear life plan, you hear life care. Really, a life plan community is the definition of the community. Life care is really what they're contracting to take care of you, as that's what it really means, life care. So that's really the product that the life plan communities are offering. And just want to note that, life plan communities, which are formerly known as CCRCs, and the states may refer to them as CCRCs because they are regulated at a state level, usually under the insurance commission under that state. So that's something you may want to touch on as you're exploring out there and looking at different communities. So those are some definitions. I just want to break down the key components of a life plan community. You have your insurance. So this is going to include your Medicare, your Medicaid, your long-term care insurance. That's really one component, how that life plan community is really going to basically execute on their care promise. The contract types, that's what we're going to talk about today, really, and what the different contracts are available to residents and what that means. The different financial benefits that come along with those contracts, the certain lifestyles and amenities that the community is offering that may or may not be in those contracts. And then a real big one is the access to healthcare, and then how is that healthcare paid for? Is it at a discount? Is it at a predetermined number of days? Or is it a set monthly service fee? So that's really our key components of a life plan community, and we're going to dive right into the contract types today. And this is where we have a couple more terms we need to understand before we get too deep, and one of them is the entrance fee. So this is that one-time fee paid up front to enter the community. The price of this entrance fee usually depends on unit size and type, and then also may depend on the refundability. Highly refundable contracts usually come at a higher dollar value versus the non-refundables. And then this entrance fee, depending on the contract type and what you're buying with your entrance fee, may have a potential tax benefit. And I just want to add right there on that potential tax benefit, I'm going to be going into depth in that in a future webinar here, so stay tuned on that if you want some more information. On the monthly service fee, so you'll see this one abbreviated as MSF. This is the ongoing monthly fee that you're going to pay to the community. This monthly service fee normally increases annually. That annual increase can vary anywhere from 1% to 5%. It really all depends on the community and the community history. So that's something I would also say, as you're doing your shopping, figure out what that entrance fee covers based on contract type. But then on the other side, figure out what that monthly service fee includes. And then also, understand that monthly service fee will increase over time. So you're going to want to ask those communities, give me the historical rate increase of your community. At Lakeview, we can provide over 20, 30 years of what our historical monthly service fee increase is. So that can give you that variable that you need to make in planning on what that monthly service fee may increase. And then also, under certain contract types, that monthly service fee may also have a potential tax benefit. So we need to really understand that we have an entrance fee and monthly service fee when we're looking at life plan communities. All right, contract types. Well, we're just going to be real simple, and we're going to go type A, life care, type B, life care, type C, fee for service. Then we have a rental fee for service, sometimes referred to as type D, and then an equity fee for service. So as you can see here, we're going to break out what you get with the type A life care. Type A life care, you're going to pay an entrance fee on the front end. This entrance fee usually involves unlimited health care. That monthly service fee under a Type A virtually remains the same except for those annual increases I was telling you about. And sometimes we have add-on fees as you move through the continuum, such as meals. But the main idea there is the monthly service fee remains the same as you go through the continuum of care. Under a Type A life care contract, they're offering you access to health care. They're going to guarantee that access. And then they're also going to provide what levels of care they may provide in the future, such as assisted living and skilled nursing. So really that Type A contract is ultimately guaranteeing you are contractually obligated to provide that health care on the front end. So one of the things that's the nuances or nice things about a Type A is it becomes very predictable. It really levels out those expenses as a resident moves through the continuum, and I'll show you how that works. Under a Type A, that life care, that life plan community really absorbs probably all the risk for the cost of care in some instances. And so knowing that they're making that promise to take care of you for the rest of your life, you need to make sure that that life plan community is financially strong because you want them to be there to fulfill that contractual obligation. And that becomes very important, and I'll hit down the road on what that may mean and how you may want to look into that. A Type A usually is going to add less stress on your spouse and family as that plan of care has been mapped out. All the levels of care are usually on that campus. So then as you need those levels of service, you just graduate on that campus inside of your own community that you've already built. The Type A most likely comes with a tax benefit. Under Lakeview's Type A contract, it does have a tax benefit. And then also, the Type A that really includes the utilities, your maintenance, your property taxes, all that's really included in that monthly service fee. So those are the components of a life care Type A. Let's look at how that may look over time. Or as you access healthcare. As you can see under a Type A, that monthly service fee is flat. So you're paying that monthly service fee in independent living. And when you go to assisted living, you're going to pay that same fee and along with skilled nursing. What to note here is that monthly service fee stays real predictable over time. So even if you access assisted living earlier in your care or later, that fee is pretty much predetermined and defined. So as you're budgeting and planning, it becomes real simple then to know what your future healthcare expenses may be. So that's one of the real advantages of a Type A is that monthly service fee is what we say follows you through the continuum. So just to note that those monthly service fees are subject to the annual increases here. So that's a Type A. So let's go to a Type B, which is also a life care contract type, commonly referred to as modified life care. Under a Type B, you're still going to pay that entrance fee that's going to have that healthcare component in it. Your monthly service fee, however, is going to change as you move through the continuum to access healthcare. This is very common. On a Type B, you usually are purchasing some future discount. Some communities offer a 20, some offer a 50. The entrance fee may go up or down depending on that discount amount. Some Type Bs offer a flat dollar amount or number of days that you may access healthcare. For example, some communities may offer you a $50,000 ultimately pot of money that you get to utilize as you access healthcare to offset your future costs. And then some offer days. So you may have 300 days in assisted living or 600 days in skilled nursing. Kind of really depends on that contract type. I will say in the Kansas City area, the type of Type B modified life care contract is offered usually under the discount or some set fixed dollar amount that you'll get to use as you access healthcare. The cost of healthcare, like I said, is discounted. Another great thing about a Type B modified life care, which is true life care, you get that preferred or guaranteed access to healthcare. So that goes back to that contract. They're promising to take care of you or provide that healthcare. The life plan community here and the resident usually share the risk of that cost share. Just as you move through the continuum, that discount will be set so the resident may take on more or less of what that higher level of care may cost them. Again, under the Type B modified life care, these life plan communities need to be strong financially to fulfill these obligations. I would say whatever organization or community you're looking at, you're going to want to look under the hood. You're going to want to ask for a copy of their financial statements. You're going to want to ask about what disclosures they provide to residents. And you really just want to make sure that they can financially fulfill those contractual obligations. Again, under the Type B, you're under one community, so you're going to probably most likely have less stress on the spouse and family as that plan of care has been mapped out, and you get to access those higher levels of care right in the community. A Type B could potentially come with a tax benefit. Kind of depends on what that contract looks like. Utilities, maintenance, property taxes, those things are normally included in a Type B monthly service fee. So just want to step back. We visited an A and a B, both life care. Under the A, we saw the monthly service fee stay pretty flat as you move through the higher level of care from independent, assisted to skilled nursing. Under the Type B model, that monthly service fee is usually going to graduate and get higher as you access that level of care. And depending on how that discount or those days or the dollar amount discount is set, these monthly service fees may jump up over time. So if you're in assisted living, it may be one rate 6 months in, and then it goes up to market rate. So under the Type B modified life care, understand that the monthly service fee just kind of graduates as you go through the healthcare continuum. So we've talked A and B's, life care, both very common in the market. And then the third type that we're going to talk about is Type C, fee for service. These are also pretty common. These are entrance fees as well, but these entrance fees that you're paying in the contracts under a fee for service agreement aren't contractually obligated to provide you health care. So fee for service, Type C fee for service is kind of what it says. It's you're going to pay the fees for the services that you need when you need them. And a Type C is going to be at market rate. Under the A and the B, think about you've negotiated a big discount. So your monthly service fee may be $10,000 in assisted living or $12,000 in skilled nursing. And under a Type C, and may have been $3,000 in IL. As you can see, from 12 to 10 to 3, that's a large graduation both ways. Under the A and the B model, we can get a little bit closer discount or predict what those higher level of care are going to cost for us. So they cost of health care is at the market rates. Some of the Type C fee for services offer access to health care on their communities, but they're not contractually obligated to provide that health care. So a lot of these communities may have assisted livings, memory care, skilled nursings. They will actually fill those units up from outside in the public. So if you may need to access healthcare and they don't have that available room or available unit, you may be waitlisted or actually have to move off of that campus and that community to get the healthcare you need, primarily because they're not contractually obligated to reserve that unit or room for you